Hey everyone! All right. Whoops. There you go. Now you can see me. I am Angela from Angela Wolf Video, and this is Video Tech Tuesdays, where we talk everything video tech specs and gear. I'm gonna lower my mic a little bit. There we go. I got really excited and realized I was spiking. So welcome. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and we're here to talk about wonderful videos for the holidays. It's somehow December, second week, and I just don't know where. It's like that weird thing where like 2020 is both like the longest 500 years of our lives, but then also every year I'm always just like, how is it December? Right? So I have very mixed feelings right now. But basically what we're going to be talking about today is how to connect with customers and clients during the end of the year. This time of year is one of the most common times, usually, when you get like that most face-to-face with your customers, right? People are coming into your shop, people are working with you, like it's the end of the year, whether it's people buying for the holidays or in my case, I have a lot of video clients come to me at the end of the year because they want to bolster their web presence, and then also, they get to the end of the year, realize, wait, we have a little bit of extra budget left and let's try and spend it. So regardless of who you're really working with as a company, usually the end of the year is the time that you're like really like out in front of everybody. And unfortunately, this year is a little different. Because of COVID, a lot of stores are not open in person, or, if you're like me, doing all my shopping online, still trying to buy from small local shops, but trying to do it all virtually. So because of that, it's kind of harder to make that personal connection with your customers and your clients. And you want to let people know that you still appreciate them. And so that is why we are talking about doing a holiday greeting video instead of just sending out cards. You can do both. That's what I'm kind of planning on doing. I sent out physical cards, but I'm also going to be including a video greeting on my social media and in my email blasts. But there's just like a lot of really like fun things you can do with it and reasons to do it. So as per usual, I am trying to follow on all of the things we're on. So feel free to comment wherever you're watching this video and let me know if you have any questions. If you're rewatching this after we've already gone live, no problem. Just use the hashtag replay in your question and I will know that you watched it later. I didn't get a chance to answer it and I'll be sure to answer it next week. Alrighty. So, I don't know a good word for this, and I was really trying to think of it when I was doing some research and looking up ways to kind of like what to call this video today. They're video greeting cards, video holiday greeting, virtual cards, e-cards. There's lots of different weird words for it, and I don't know which one's the best to use. But basically, we're thinking about a short video to address your customers, your clients, or and to address family. This is a really great thing too, not just to make it for your brand, make a separate personal one and send it out to your friends and family as well. We're going to kind of touch upon that a little bit later because it has slightly different rules. Not like these are harder set rules, but I guess suggestions for if it's a family video versus a corporate or brand video. So a couple of ways to make these videos, right? You can do something simple like a direct message. So that would be something where as an owner, you get, in front of a camera, either you film it yourself or you hire someone to film it. I have lots of videos about how to do, self-recordings, Zoom recordings, that kind of stuff. So, check out my YouTube channel for those types of tips, or my blog has a lot of tips on like how to record yourself. So you can do that, do like a direct message to the camera, just thanking everyone you've worked with this year and, acknowledging how crazy 2020 has been. So you can just do something really simple like that, like a quick direct message. If you want to do something a little bit more fun and jazzy, you can do a time lapse. These are really fun. I don't know why, but I'm always mesmerized by time lapse videos. I make them myself and I'm still mesmerized by them every time I watch one. I actually just posted one in my reel the other day, so check out my reels on Instagram to see just some fun time-lapse videos, because again, it's just, I don't know, they're just cool. So you can do a time-lapse of either, maybe you decorating for the holidays, putting together a sign. There's a lot of really cute corporate videos where you kind of have a time-lapse of people like drawing and putting a big puzzle together, and then they hold it up and it says Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Seasons Greet, whatever your message is. Or if you have a physical product that you make, do a time lapse of the production of the product and maybe have it be again with not just a generic here's me making a widget, have it end on a holiday note. So something like Humility Hums is one of my favorite Etsy shops. Shout out. They do wonderful lighter cases and patches, and they do tons of time-lapse videos, which are just, again, mesmerizing to watch. So if they did something where they are, you're watching them design a patch or put together a lighter case, and then the end result is they show it to you and it says the Happy Holidays on it, that's a cute little simple interesting video to watch that still kind of reaches out and lets your audience know that hey, you're thinking of them during the holiday season. Another type of video you can do is making a stock footage season's greeting video. This is going to be something that would be really good for COVID. I'm sorry, just got to put that out there. Because of COVID, because everyone's still being distant, as you should be being distant as much as possible, especially right before the holidays. Most people are working from home and are trying to quarantine before the holidays. So making a stock footage video, hiring an editor to make a stock footage video for you is a COVID safe way to still kind of get your message across, to still reach out to people, but you don't have to worry about coordinating schedules. You don't have to worry about getting everyone in one location and having masks and making sure everything's COVID compliant. It's just one way to be a little bit easier, a little bit less stress when you're making a video, is by doing it with stock footage right now in a time that getting together in person is a little bit trickier. And along that line, if you don't want to use stock footage, you can always go with an animated video. That's going to cost you a little bit more money because you're going to have to hire someone who's really good with graphics to animate it, and it's going to take a little bit more time. But animated videos look really great. They're cute and snazzy, and can be another great way to reach out to people without having to physically bring your whole company together in one spot. So those are just a few ideas for types of videos you can make. And then here are, again, these are not rules. Here are my suggestions for what your videos should include. So first off, your video should be short and sweet. So a couple years ago, Vimeo actually had a video competition for the best holiday videos for companies, and they recommended a 25-second video for corporate holiday videos and 10 seconds for family videos. So if you're making a video shout out for your family, 10 seconds is all you need, right? And along those lines, for you're doing a corporate and branded video, 25 seconds. I can see going up to a minute if you've got a lot of people you want to highlight, a lot of forward-facing people who work in your company that you want them to all have a chance to kind of jump in and say hello, maybe through Zoom, recording everyone doing a direct message on Zoom, recording it and then editing it. Something like that would be fine. But as I was doing research, getting some inspiration for this video and my personal video I'm going to be making, let me tell you, some of these videos, 2, 3, 4 minutes long for a corporate branded video, and I just like, it's like a holiday video, and they didn't hold my attention for 5 minutes. I honestly did stop the videos around the 30-second mark. There was one that was 1.5 minutes, and I actually finished the whole thing because it was absolutely hilarious. It was, they had a little kid. It was really well produced, obviously like a child actor, and he went through a script beautifully about just kind of like the silly things that an adult might talk about, like around the holiday seasons, but like through a kid voice. It was cute. It was a cute video. But besides that, most of these just weren't interesting enough to hold my attention for 5 minutes, right? So that should also help alleviate the stress of like, oh, what am I going to put in this video? Keep it short, keep it simple. 25 seconds is all you need for a branded holiday video. Make sure you have your logo in it. So have it either as a bug in the bottom corner, or you can have it, as a bumper at the end of the video. You can have it as part of the intro. You just definitely want your brand to be in this video. That's kind of the purpose of the video, is to like just keep you top of mind, remind people about your company. Maybe they haven't worked with you since last January. You want to make sure that they remember, oh, right, I actually love this brand and love this company. And maybe right this second I'm not ready to purchase from them, but like I will be in the new year. That kind of idea. So make sure your logo's in there. Of course, you want to do greetings and thanks. Keep it, really, the whole idea is to keep it, I think, client and customer focused. I watched one holiday video that was felt like not even a Super Bowl. It just felt like an ad that you would watch before like a very prestigious movie. It was like, look at all these awards we've won for being great. We're a great company. Great. Like, I don't know. It was just like, it was boring. I don't care that this company won some great award for being a company. Like, they weren't talking about their customers. They weren't reaching out about the fun things they did that year. They were just focused on how great they are. And that just, why, I don't know. That's not appealing to me. So you want to reach out to people and again, give them, it's a little bit different usually when you're making branded content. You want to be offering something, knowledge or tips or like solving a problem, right? There needs to be like a reason why someone's watching your video. For holidays, I think reaching out and saying hello is enough because it's just like a hello video, but you want to keep it centered on the people and not necessarily on yourself. Because then you're going to just come off and feel like you're just emailing them spam, right? Like it just feels like, oh, I got spammed with like an ad on YouTube instead of, oh, this is cute, they're saying hello to me, right? So keep it really personal, keep it really focused on your customers. One that I really loved was the World Wildlife Foundation made a video in 2019, and it was, first off, calls this the World Wildlife Foundation. They have all these gorgeous videos of animals just being cute and animals. So, all right, I'm going to start watching that. And then on top of that, they mention all the things that we did. And they use that phrase, like, we took X amount of plastic out of the ocean. We helped the tigers, population grow by X amount, right? So it's the idea that, like, together, them and the people who've donated to them have accomplished all these things throughout the year. So it gives you kind of like a retrospect of like 2019, which was wonderful. And then on top of that, it really incorporates everybody, right? It's not just them saying they're great. It's like, hey, because of you, look what we did together, and pulling people in that way. So I thought that was a really like great approach to a year-end video. And of course, always use your brand personality. Make it funny, make it cute, make it you. Whatever your kind of brand identity is, make sure that's part of that video and make sure it's something you can like capitalize on and use to captivate people. Again, World Wildlife Foundation has just like massive amounts of cute animals in their video, right? Makes sense. That's what their whole purpose is in life. And who doesn't want to watch a video full of cute animals, right? So just kind of keep that in mind with when you're making a video to keep your branding, like identity and feel involved. A great thing to do too is highlight your team, again, if possible. Like past years, the idea of, having your whole team get together and work on a project and kind of filming that, again, maybe like a time lapse, or having everyone like kind of address the camera, like that's great. And it's just not necessarily super possible during COVID. So as I mentioned earlier, maybe use Zoom, or have everyone film themselves separately, send it into an editor, maybe do something cute like a fake Zoom call for the holidays, do something like the Brady Bunch, right? Hear that all the time about how Zoom has turned everyone into like the Brady Bunch. Something like that, just so you can kind of highlight the people that really help run your company, who make your company who they are. And then also, of course, people who your customers and clients might be working with, put them out there in front of the video as well. And then this is super big, and I was really surprised to see some of these videos when I was just doing like YouTube searches, regardless of if it's family or branded, but extra if it's branded, royalty-free music. If you don't get the license for the song, you cannot use the song, all right? So it's going to get flagged. It's like best case scenario is it'll get flagged and taken down. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you get like a cease and desist letter, start getting sued by people. So do not just take a song that's Christmassy and you like it and put it into your video, regardless if it's for your brand or for just like a family video. Good news though is there are just like Christmas songs in general are so old that they are always constantly being redone, and they are really easy to find a royalty-free version of, all right? Like if you go onto any site that offers licensing for music or copyright-free music, they will have a ton of holiday songs, ton of Christmas stuff, things with that, or like things that just like sound very like, oh, here's jingle bells in the background, right? It's super, super easy to find. Just make sure that you're using something from a copyright-free site, from a licensing site, and don't just like pull something off of iTunes and say like, oh, but it's Christmas, right? Like that's not going to fly. You need to get something specifically that is either says it's royalty-free or is offering a license for it. So those are things that should be included in your video. And now what do we do with this video? You like came up with the idea, you made it, you edited it, you got your royalty-free music for it, and now what? So I definitely say you want to put these in your email blasts, but like with an asterisk, do not send it as an attachment. People do not like attachments. Gmail and your email provider does not like attachments. Most likely it's going to be too big as an attachment, first off. Second off, it's more likely to be considered spam through like spam filters if there's an attachment. Also, like it's just like a pain in the ass. I mean, whoops. It's just like a big pain because you don't want someone to have to like download something onto their computer. If they're skeptical like I am, I'm always just kind of like, oh, if I didn't specifically ask you to send me something, I'm not going to download something I find on the internet. So, and then it's like on their computer, and what are they going to, it's just a mess. So do not send it as an attachment. Instead, make sure you use a link, right? Send them a link to it on Vimeo, to it on YouTube, make sure you you can do that in embedding. Sometimes that does still kind of come up as spam depending on people's filters, but having like a link or have it embedded in your email address or your email blast is way better than attaching it. So do not attach this video in an email. It's just a bad idea. So you're going to put it in your email blasts as a link, and then you're going to put it on social media. You're going to put it on YouTube, Vimeo, kind of the places that you reach out to your clients and your customers. You want to put it out there so that people can find it. You can send it directly to them to make sure they know, hey, I'm thinking about you guys. If you want to get really fancy and you have a ton of time for some reason, I know this is usually crunch time for most people, but let's pretend you got lots of extra time on your hands. I would suggest making specific ones for, if you have a couple really large clients that you work with throughout the year, feel free to make one that has a different opening for them that says, hey, brand X, I just want to reach out and say it's been great working with you this year, right? And then you can have the rest of the video be the same for each client, but just have an opener depending on 2 or 3 different openers for your 2 or 3 biggest clients you have. And then just have a generic one that you're going to put on YouTube. So that way you can kind of still make it more personal. And just kind of, again, just the idea of that, you're reaching out to say hi. Ultimately, yes, you want people to remember you so that they spend more money with you. So your business can be a business and, grow. But it's the holidays. You just want people to know that you're thinking about them, that it's a kind of a crazy time, especially this year. And you're here if they need anything. But most importantly, you're just saying thank you to them. That's going to be the key for this. Oh, all right. I feel like I just ran through that whole presentation. So what next? As per usual, if you have any questions or you're thinking about making a branded video, go to bit.ly/AWV checklist. It's right here if you're on Facebook and YouTube. Or if you're on Instagram, I forget where I was for a minute. If you're on Instagram, check it out in my link tree in my bio. Download that. It's a free checklist. It will go through all of the things you need for pre-production, for planning your content, for figuring out how many video cameras you need, how big your project's going to be. So it just does kind of all of the pre-production work you need to make a video. That's what this is for. So it's actually extra good if you're thinking about hey, I do want to make a holiday video. Where should I start? Check my checklist out. Check out my checklist. Good Lord. To get some ideas, it's free. And let's say you do that and then you're like, wow, Angela, that was way more than I was expecting. My ideas are way bigger than what I think I can actually get accomplished personally. Then give me a call at bit.ly/callawv. Again, it's in my link tree in my bio and Instagram or on this screen right now for YouTube and Facebook. Free project analysis call. Just schedule a time with me that works for you and we'll get on the phone, we'll talk, and I'll help you through kind of that process of figuring out what you want and what you're going to need for your project. And I think that's about it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please, please, please let me know if you have any video questions at all. Just comment or DM me. Let me know what you're thinking, and I will be happy to answer anything you've got going on. We only have a couple more weeks before the end of the year. So everyone, please, please, please stay safe. Happy holidays. And I will see everyone next week. 1 o'clock on Tuesdays, live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's Video Tech Tuesdays. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your